What I'm going to discuss, interestingly enough, um, is what Levi Page talked about last night. That is the charges that have been levied against both Tim Holmseth and Randi Erickson. This basically started um, with a phone call. Randi made a rather bizarre phone call to Alexandra, made some kind of threat, and so on and so forth. That, I believe, was played on Levi's show last night.
Everybody knows Alex is my co-host here. We've done a lot of shows together. She started stalking Alex. I'm going to play this audio of Randi that's just downright creepy. And you can hear how insane this woman is. She's lost her marbles.
This is some bitch that thinks she's going to come and get me. You're going to call my kids. You're going to write letters to my kids, bitch. I'm coming to your house and to your neighbors and your whole city. I'm coming to do what you did to me. You see me. I'm only a few hours away. You'll see me soon. Enjoy your day.
What I'm going to discuss right now is the charges themselves. This is the charge that Randi Erickson is facing. She has to appear in court on the 21st of September, a charge of menacing by stalking. Now, in the state of Ohio, menacing by stalking is what they call a first degree misdemeanor. And it basically, you violate A-1 of the section. B, urge another to commit a violation division of this section. No person with a sexual motivation to violate a division, and so on and so forth. Whoever violates this section is guilty of menacing by stalking. This is generally the penalties for this particular offense. You can be facing 180 days, which is basically 6 months, and a fine up to $1,000. However, this penalty can be increased in certain situations. For example, penalties will be enhanced if any of the following applies. The accused has a prior conviction of menacing by stalking. The accused made a threat of physical harm to or against the victim. In committing the act of menacing by stalking, the accused trespassed on property where the victim lives, works, or attends school. And victim is a minor. That doesn't apply here. The accused has a history of violence towards the victim. The important aggravating circumstance is the accused has a prior conviction for menacing by stalking. Now, this applies to Timothy Holmseth, because as you know, he is hit with 4 counts of stalking by the Minnesota court.
In 2011, Timothy Holmseth, the man you see on the right side of the screen, his mugshot, he was charged, or not charged, but he went to court for stalking a lawyer in Florida, Kim Bacasio. She represented the mother of missing child Haley Cummings. Timothy was obsessed with that case. He violated a restraining order that Bacasio got against him multiple times.
Timothy Holmseth of East Grand Forks, Minnesota, is in jail tonight. He's being held on a charge of harassment, restraining order violation. Holmseth runs a controversial website called Right Into Action. The site runs all kinds of conspiracy theories and has been very critical of law enforcement and prosecutors. Timothy Holmseth of East Grand Forks was arrested this past week and charged with a misdemeanor of harassment, violation of a restraining order. It's apparently now possible that more charges out of Florida could be pending against Holmseth.
He was about to go on trial for one of his numerous violations in 2019.
The trial/hearing for Timothy Holmseth in Polk County District Court on this Monday morning, surrounded by heavy security, turned out to be much ado about nothing. The man of the hour, Timothy Holmseth, didn't show up.
So what happened in court today?
Ms. Rasmussen called the case, and Mr. Holmseth didn't show up today, so she just issued a bodily attachment warrant to bring him forth for trial.
Okay, so they issued an arrest warrant.
Yep.
Is he hiding, or?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. So for now, it's on hold until he's brought into custody.
He didn't show up for court. A bench warrant was issued for his arrest, and he's been on the run ever since. And that's how he met up with this woman, Randi Erickson. She became his savior, his knight in shining armor.
Minnesota and Ohio have what's known as reciprocity. They honor each other's jurisdictions. So the fact that Mr. Holmseth has a criminal record in the state of Minnesota counts towards whatever level of the charge that he got in this particular case. And he may be looking at a felony. Now, Tim Holmseth has a similar charge that we're looking at here, and that is complicity menacing by stalking. This means that he took part or was complicit in Randi Erickson's actions when it came to the action that was taken against Alexandra Goddard. The rather weird phone call, the threats of going after her friends, going after her business. There has been breaking news since the live stream that Levi Page got into last night. It is being reported that there is a video of Randi and Timothy Charles Holmseth driving in the vicinity of where Alexandra lives and works. If this is true, then we may have this case bumped up to a felony. Because again, if you go back and look at the prior slide, it gets into trespassing. If there is sufficient probable cause to bump the case up to a felony, this may happen. Randi Erickson has a documented record of doing just that. A while back, not too long ago, Levi Page made an angry post on Facebook, and he also followed up on it last night, that Randi Erickson came to the house of his aunt and falsely accused him of being in child trafficking and pedophilia and all this other nonsense.
Randi Erickson started going real life on people, stalking them. She went to my aunt's home and was looking for me, saying that I was involved in a child trafficking ring. She didn't say her name was Randi. She said her name was Karen and that she was a publisher. Here's the text message. I said there was someone looking for me. And my aunt said yes, about a child trafficking ring. I asked what she looked like, and she gave a description. Heavy set, shoulder-length brown hair. I posted this picture and said, is that her? And that's Randi. And she said, yes, that is her. This woman is stalking. That's how obsessed she is.
I have not researched the laws in Tennessee yet, because I have not gotten word from Levi if he is going to press a similar action that has been pressed against Randi and Timmy by Alexandra in that particular case. I would encourage him to do so because that is very bizarre behavior.